Now pay attention, because here's a clue as to what my guest later in the programme does for a job.
I'm inquisitive, very patient and have an eye for detail. Can you solve the mystery of what I do?
Now, we set you a little quiz earlier to see if you could guess the occupation of our next guest. 23-year-old Olivia Ellenger has to be inquisitive, patient and have an eye for detail because she is a private detective. She does matrimonial surveillance, business fraud and even test purchases in shops. Well, today Olivia was explaining her work to businesses in Bournemouth, and earlier she joined me on the sofa where I began by asking if the job was as exciting as portrayed on TV dramas.
I think there definitely are aspects which are very exciting, but obviously it's real life. Like any other job, you're going to have the office side and the administrative side, but all the fun stuff definitely outweighs that. So
you must get bored when you have to sit there and watch somebody for hours in a car.
Actually, not particularly, because the minute something happens, you kind of forget about all of that and you're off. You know, it's all exciting.
Is it quite difficult to be focused on that when you are... It can be very tedious, surely.
I think you learn ways of getting around that, such as you might take a book or magazine and kind of have it in the corner of your eye. So.
All right. So how did you get into this, and what made you want to become a private investigator? It's not something that I would necessarily think of.
No, to be honest, it wasn't something that I necessarily thought of. I think originally it was literally just I saw an advert in the job in the local paper and. Basically, here I am.
The skills that you have, I mean, are you a naturally nosy person or a curious person? Do you have to have that?
No, I would definitely say inquisitive, not nosy, and I think it's not necessarily the key trait that a private investigator should have. I think possibly it's good to be, you know, good at making decisions quickly.
How important is it to be detached from some of the things that you have to do, in the sense that not to get involved with the person who has the problem?
I definitely think you've got to keep yourself emotionally detached from the client, because essentially it is like any other business and you know, they are your client. But obviously at the same time
But you must get affected by it sometimes.
Yeah, so some of the cases are very sensitive and you want to be supportive. And, you know, we can recommend people that they can talk to and obviously talk to them on a personal level as well. And I just think it's good to not take your job home with you, you know.
Yeah, important in any job,
yeah.
Isn't it? Now, you're 23, you look very young. Is that an advantage? I mean, come on, tell me that you use disguises. Do you dress up in some way, you know, the hat, the glasses, the wigs?
It's definitely an advantage. With things like mystery shopping and so forth, obviously that's a massive thing that we do, using school uniform and stuff like that.
OK. Olivia, it's great to meet you, and thank you so much for coming in to tell us, and good luck with all the rest of the work that you're doing.
No problem, thanks.
Thank you. I say that's a real insight into her job, isn't it? She'll write a book about all her stories one day, I reckon.